Hi guys, it's Kayla. I've been asked to do a few requests on a video about some of my plants, but before I do a video on some of my plants, and mostly people have been interested in my plants at aquariums, I did want to do a quick video. I've been asked a lot about how to make your house more peaceful when you have to be kind of locked down in your house during COVID-19. One of the things I found really useful, if you can afford it, is these are actually, they're SAD lights, depression lights for seasonal affective disorder. They're full spectrum lights that will grow plants. They will help your depression. I suffered from really bad depression before I bought this light. We also have like a light here in the window. This light, when I'm sitting on the couch, it provides like full spectrum daylight in the winter, so that helps a lot. I do turn it off at night. But then the other thing I've been doing is I've been making sure that my area is peaceful and calm. So I did put some, cute little lights up. I went ahead and, even though I'm not getting married or anything, I did the wedding light, fairy light theme. I do put lots of waterfalls in my house. I do a lot of natural kind of things like that. I do have a tortoise that lives in here. He likes to mess up his aquarium a lot, or his terrarium, I should say, quite a bit. But he enjoys messing up my freshly planted flowers in there. I also try to do things such as just having things that are calming, like salt lamps and crystal lamps, and I do things like these are cuttings from some of my other plants that I have been growing. I also do little projects sort of in my kitchen, even things like on my Alexa here. You'll see I put little fish tank apps so that everywhere you go in the house, it's sort of that atmosphere. Now right in here we have some betta fish that are actually breeding. So there's a male right there and there's a female on the other side right now, and they've been spawning quite a bit. So he's now guarding the nest, as I don't see eggs yet, but they were definitely spawning. I do have some videos on that if you want to check back. This tank here is full of plants, just tons and tons of plants. There is a small koi betta and there are like hundreds of babies in there, guppy babies, and she just leaves them alone. So that's actually just the excess of all my plants. And then this is where I sort of focus a lot of my energy when it comes to sort of making things a little bit easier for basically for my mental health. So again, full spectrum lighting. We've got some some baby peppers growing that need to be cared for. I've got some bulbs, some hibiscus. These bloom all the time. I get big, huge flowers, as you can see right here. There's a flower right here, and it'll bloom this big, huge flower. There's a ton of buds on there. So they might not look the most wonderful in the winter, but I do a lot, like I said, I clipped this earlier today and it's still dangling all the way down to the floor, as you can see. So I do clippings, which kind of look neat, or you can wrap them around or do whatever. I also experiment, like this is a dahlia that's growing in a pot with some hibiscus. It's, I don't know, not really something that a lot of people do. Again, waterfalls. I do fill my home with really rustic pictures of my family. That would be, my son there, my son and myself in a lion. I used to work with exotic animals. My son, he's there with a lemur. And then if you look back there, the theme continues with those kind of artistic pictures. And then I did fill my hallway with like family pictures that were black and white, or sort of that artistic sort of colors, same with like all the ones here. So the theme sort of matches throughout the house. I also filled it with things I love, like I absolutely love England and Britain and just things like that. And I make sure that that there's I can see cool little things happening, little science experiments everywhere you go. I've got a bunch of air plants here and some spider plants. And this right here, actually if you look right here, you can see a baby axolotl. That is a very cool part, and if you turn up the light, if he was under the light, he would glow in the dark. These are all real plants in there, so that's a lot to take care of as well. And then I would say probably the next most difficult part would be taking care and maintaining Not just, of course, this cute French Bulldog, but also just maintaining, this is my planted tank here, and just maintaining all the different species that live in here, all the different plants that live in here. Everything in here is done from scratch. It had nothing in it when I started, and I've got a lot going on that I, really appreciate. So a lot of people, like I said, have asked sort of how you can help make your environment a little more friendly during COVID. I like putting signs up that give me quotes that are kind. I like having pictures of my family. I like doing things with lights where you're growing little things that you can give your friends. Once these come out, they can be planted in soil and you've got a whole new plant. So I think plants, animals, fish, again, being an animal, taking care of something, and your lighting. Your lighting is really important, especially during the winters here in Canada. So that would be my quick answer as to how to sort of keep busy during COVID and also improve the quality of your living space. I used to live in a really tiny apartment, and I did all of these things in that tiny apartment too. You don't have to live in a large house. It does continue upstairs and everywhere, but basically this is the main idea of, making sure that your bases are covered. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button. Check out my other videos. There's lots of videos on exotic animals. There's really funny videos on some cats and some dogs. There's some unique videos about my tortoise, all sorts of different videos. And if you want to hear about a video in particular, or you have a question, please comment below. Like, subscribe, and have a great day and stay safe.